13-14 years, I was just doing whatever solution was offered to me.
With the products that were available in the market back then, you have like shampoos which are filled with sulfates. They're very harsh on your scalp. They strip off all of the natural oils, and you're pretty much stuck in that vicious cycle because to get that silicones out of your hair, you have to use a sulfate-free shampoo.
Also, the basic routine that you need to follow if you have textured hair. And I used to hate the twists and turns that suddenly started appearing on my hair. So my mom took me to a parlor and she just cut it very short.
Fell into the same trap. I think this is a story that relates with so many women out there, you know. Like I remember there is something called as temporary straightening. Like when you go for some event, you can just like they do that temporary straightening. To seeing the results what other people are getting online, I also fell into the trap of, oh, why is this product not working for me? Your hair itself is made up of protein. You know, you're growing a plant.
Hey everyone, welcome to Main Talks. This is your hub for everything hair. This podcast is brought to you by two mains, Yuba
and Hinshra.
We are the co-founders of the brand called Maintain, which solely exists for curlies by curlies. Now, Hinshra, have you ever noticed that no matter what you do, it's a struggle to kind of tame your frizz, your curls won't pop, and you're just stuck in that endless cycle of bad hair days?
For the longest time, I felt like I was at war with my curly hair. You know, I remember running around trying to learn new tips, go to stylists, and all they recommended was just straighten your hair. And that is when I discovered CGM, the curly curl method.
Yeah, so now we're not saying that CGM is like a magic cure-all, but it gives you the foundation to understand your hair, embrace your hair, work with it instead of against it, and finally love your hair.
So in today's episode, we're breaking it all down. We will teach you how to enhance your texture using the curly curl method and also how to own your natural hair. And we will also be sharing our personal struggle, some curly hair confessions, and actionable tips that will really help you enhance your natural hair.
So whether you're new to CGM or you're just looking to tweak your routine, this episode is for you. By the end of this episode, you'll have complete clarity on how to gain command of your natural hair. Are you ready for it?
Let's go.
So guys, for years I had been straightening my hair. Like for 13-14 years, I was just doing whatever solution was offered to me. And then I noticed that the volume of my hair had gone down drastically. That's when I just started researching the internet on how to manage curly hair. And that's when I came across the Curly Curl Method, which was a book written by an American hairstylist. Her name is Lorraine Massey. This is the book. So basically it gives you all the, it's like a Bible for people with textured hair on how to manage your hair, how to wash your hair, how to style your hair, how to maintain it.
How to sleep with curly hair.
How to sleep with curly hair. Also on how to, what kind of products you really need to use if you have textured hair. Because for people with textured hair, we need some, special ingredients, you can say, because some harsh chemicals are not really suited for our hair. So these kind of products were not available back in the day in India. So we had these groups on Facebook and WhatsApp where we used to all get together, place orders on international websites from like US and UK and split the charges among us because it used to be really expensive with international shipping and custom charges. And this led to actually a movement, right? Because a lot more people wanted to stop, chemically damaging their hair. A lot more people were embracing their natural hair. And that's when we realized that there is a serious dearth of, good quality products in India.
And even if you think about it, traditionally, there were no products available in the market back then made for our hair type. When I say our hair type, it can be frizzy, curly, wavy, textured, as she mentioned. And what happens is, with the products that were available in the market back then, you have like shampoos which are filled with sulfates. They're very harsh on your scalp. They strip off all of the natural oils. And then you have conditioners which give you that silkening soft effect, but they're filled with silicones. Now, what does a silicone actually do? Like when you apply products with silicone, it actually makes the water to not penetrate into your hair because it shuts that cuticle down, and you're pretty much stuck in that vicious cycle because to get that silicones out of your hair, you have to use a sulfate-free shampoo. So poor thing, our hair is already naturally very dry and you are continuously using a sulfate shampoo, silicone shampoo. You're stuck in that cycle.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that is how these products and this method really helps in getting back your curls and waves.
So I think let's start with explaining the basic routine that you need to follow if you have textured hair. So there are 5 steps to it, like on a very broad basis. First step is cleansing, second is conditioning, third is styling, fourth is drying, and the fifth is obviously maintaining it because you're not going to repeat this routine every day, right? So in cleansing, now we try to avoid harsh sulfates. There is actually a list, if you see in this book and even on the internet, a list of ingredients that you're supposed to avoid has been mentioned. There are websites like isitcg.com. Basically harsh sulfates like SLS, ALS, you need to avoid in your shampoos. It's extremely drying. Also, your shampoo needs to be such that does not really strip off your hair a lot. So on a daily basis, you can use a gentle moisturizing shampoo. But once or twice a month, we suggest you use a clarifying shampoo, which can remove the buildup, or, it can be hard water buildup. It can also be, environmental damage or the products that you're using,
pollution.
Everything. Yeah. So you get like a clean slate with a clarifying shampoo, but don't overuse it because again, it can be dry. But our clarifying shampoo actually, removes the need to deep condition post using a clarifying shampoo. And the third option is a co-wash. Co-wash is for people with extremely dry, thick, coarse hair. It's like a very, very moisturizing cleanser. It is non-foaming, so it won't lather up. So basically, when you're using a co-wash, you have to really massage your scalp with it, even massage while rinsing it out. So it will clean your scalp, it will moisturize your scalp and hair. You can also use a co-wash as a conditioner because as the name suggests, it's a conditioning wash, hence a co-wash. But be careful, it's not suited for everyone. It's only for people with like thick hair. People with fine, wavy hair can just skip a co-wash. In fact, a mistake that most of us did, because in her book, Lorraine Massey suggests exclusive co-washing. Guys, that won't work for India. Yeah, that won't. Absolutely, it's not going to work in India. So you need to shampoo and keep alternating between the cleansers depending on what your hair needs at that time. Now, after shampooing, you're going to rinse it off. And the next step is conditioning. Conditioning is a very important step because in that step, you're going to detangle your hair, you're going to defrizz it, you're trying to, form clumps there. So make sure your hair is dripping wet before applying the conditioner. You can just divide it into 2 sections and use a small amount of conditioner initially, like a coin size amount for one section of your hair. In your palms, you just emulsify it well and you coat your hair with it. And you try to detangle. Now, when you feel the need to add more conditioner, if you're not getting enough slip, please add more water. Curly hair, wavy hair, textured hair thrives on water. Water is the hydration, a base, for your styling and everything. So you add more water and immediately you will notice that you get an enhanced slip. You can detangle easily. If you still feel the need, you can add more conditioner. You repeat the same step on the other section of your hair. After, your hair is properly detangled, you just rake your hair through, work the conditioner in nicely, and then you rinse it off. And you proceed to the next step, which is styling.
So when it comes to styling, the most common mistake that we have seen is that people tend to take out or squeeze out their excess water post-conditioning, which you actually shouldn't do because water is what gives your hair that hydration. Now, styling can be divided into 2 parts. First one is your base, which is either a curl cream or a leave-in. You can rake in the product and you can also use a brush to give even distribution. And then comes your gel. You need to use a sufficient amount of gel to ensure that your hair is coated evenly. And post which, you will now put your hair into a towel bonnet or a turban towel, or you can also use a t-shirt if you're just starting out in your routine.
This is called plopping.
Yeah, this is called plopping. And post which, once you step out of the shower, is when you get into the next step, which is drying. So in drying, we have air drying as well as diffusing. So most people don't see that attachment. It actually comes with your hair dryer. It looks like a flower that you attach to the main dryer, okay? And then you use a diffuser. Now the concept of a diffuser is such that it diffuses the air. So rather than a dryer which focuses all of its air into one section, it can cause more dryness. We evenly distribute it using a diffuser. Post your hair is 100% dry, it will form a very hard cast on your hair. So it will feel very crunchy. Now this needs to be broken. So that process is called scrunch out the crunch. It's called SOTC. So what you do is you take your hair to the side with the cast that you see on the hair. You just crunch it up and then all of that thing will break and you will get soft, defined curls and waves. So now that your wash day is complete, you will want to protect your hair for the next 2 to 3 days so that you don't have to repeat this process every day. So that is when you can sleep on a satin pillowcase or a satin bonnet or a naughty cap or even a pillow cap. These products help with extending your wash day. And what we generally tend to do is we put our hair into a pineapple using a scrunchie, a very loose pineapple, and then you put your hair inside the bonnet and sleep on a satin pillowcase. So this way, you extend your wash day, you wake up with good curls for the next 3 days. So Yuba, what do you think were the problems that you had, before embracing your natural hair? Or what was it the difficulty?
Yeah, so strangely, I was actually born with straight hair and my hair started curling, I think after I hit puberty, that was around my 5th grade. And I used to hate the twists and turns that suddenly started appearing on my hair. And I would kind of keep cutting the ends off that were curling, and that made my hair very uneven. So my mom took me to a parlor and she just cut it very short. And I just started, that's the point I remember, I actually started hating my hair. Because ever since I was like, I think I started understanding things, I was very conscious about my hair. So I started hating my hair. It affected my confidence a lot. Even when you're going somewhere, right? It's so challenging because you're wearing good clothes, you've done good makeup, but without good hair, you just don't have the confidence that you're looking good, right? Then what happened is after school, I started permanently straightening my hair. I did that for like 14 years. You can imagine the kind of damage I inflicted on my hair. And initially it was the whole hair. Then it was half a hair, then it was crown, then it was just fringes or something like that, just to manage it. But definitely, like after a few years, I noticed that the damage was really bad. That's when, I found it. As I said, I embraced my natural hair and there has been no looking back. I mean, it's been an amazing journey. The kind of confidence it gives you, it's actually revolutionary, it changes your life, right? Like, what about you? What were your challenges?
Yeah, like growing up in Kerala, like I remember most people had textured hair, but nobody really knew how to take care of it. Like even I get my curls actually from my mum. So even I have seen her struggling to comb her hair. And I remember as a child going to school, it would be a torture to go and sit, she would put oil and really plait my hair. And I used to hate it because even with the uniform and everything, your hair used to look so funny because, they couldn't do anything with it. Whereas with other kids, I've seen them come with like really straight hair, like showing off. And I used to be like, I want that hair. The grass is always greener on the other side when you don't know the beauty about it. So then the similar pattern of like not being able to find out products, when you go to stylists, they tell you that no, your hair is frizzy, you should do this and this treatment, fell into the same trap. I think this is a story that relates with so many women out there. They all find it like there's some sort of sisterhood, and I think that's how we also bonded and we also connected. And same story of, then discovered CGM, and the change was just revolutionary. Like as you mentioned, it felt so good because now the best part about, I think, my hair is definitely the hair, because the minute you step out, everybody will come and ask me, is your hair actually natural? Yeah.
Can I touch it? And one more thing is, this is something which connects us to a lot of people with similar problem, because we have trauma associated with our hair, so many stories being teased for our hair. And whenever we have these meet and greets, it's amazing to actually talk to people with similar stories, and there's so many conversations that just flow around, and it's really amazing that way.
So, what is one curl confession, if I have to ask you? What would that be?
Confession. So I never refresh my curls. So after the wash day, I am set for 3 to 4 days, whatever it is.
Her styling is on point, guys.
Yeah, like I put some efforts that day. Like for me, the secret is I use 2 layers of gel always. After the initial scrunching, I use another layer. So because Bombay is a very humid
place. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So you need more hold, so you need more gel. Other than that, if I notice something, if I'm stepping out, I'll just take some water and just do this, and it's kind of enough.
Enough, yeah.
And your
The
hair
product also activates.
Yeah, water kind of activates your gel again. And really, even if your hair is a little bit frizzy, it's okay. It looks good. So
Like earlier, we used to be so afraid of our
yeah,
frizz.
yeah,
So like, it's frizzing out,
Yeah,
like I remember there is something called as temporary straightening. Like when you go for some event, you can just they do that temporary straightening and it would hardly last 1 hour. By the time I get to the function, it will be like poof. Yeah.
I remember we actually used to use the home iron that you use for clothes.
Oh my god, I've never done that.
I've done that. So my sisters and I, right, we used to lie down on the bed with hair like this and they're like ironing the hair for any event. So, oh god, scary. But yeah, we did that as well. What about you? Your big curl confession.
Biggest curl confession would be I was so afraid of coloring my hair.
Oh yeah,
I remember you changed it. Like when I met you also for the first time, I had like super black hair because I'm born with really black hair. And I was just in awe of, how much that coloring is adding definition to your hair.
Yeah.
And I was like, the curls are more popping, there's more structure to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I really want to do it, but I'm so afraid. Basically, for me, the transformation was so personal because I felt that I really went through that wave of a complete transformation from really bad hair and half straight, half curly. I used to be so embarrassed to even step out. To that and taking that 6-7 months to fully get my curls. I was very protective about my curly hair. That I was like, I wouldn't trust anybody to do anything to my hair. And then obviously knowing you, you trusting your hairstylist, I colored my hair for the first time. And since then I've always colored my hair.
Yeah, we color I think once a year.
Once a year for sure.
Yeah.
And most of the time we do it together.
Yeah.
And we try and be in either similar shade ranges or something that goes with our personality.
Yeah.
And I love coloring.
I love coloring my hair, absolutely. So I think let's also address the common myths and misconceptions that are here. Because what happens is once you discover the Curly Girl method, you are overloaded with information. There is so much available online, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. There are so many blogs. So you're lost. I have seen a lot of people starting the journey and just ending it.
Giving up.
Yeah, giving up. They're like, oh, I can't do it. It's so complicated. But guys, it's really not complicated. You don't have to do the DIYs and the rinses and everything. It's very simple. Keep it simple. You have to clean, condition and style. That's it. It's actually very simple. And once you get the hang of it, it becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And you actually only have to wash your hair twice or thrice a week. I honestly mostly wash it twice a week.
Yeah.
So you're saving a lot of time, right? And you are protecting your hair. The health of your hair gets better because you're eliminating a lot of things. You're eliminating a lot of harsh chemicals.
Correct.
So your hair becomes healthy. Your hair fall eventually decreases, but definitely knowing the right techniques, the right products for you. So it takes time, but please be patient. I mean, that's why we are doing this, right? To help you embrace it in the best possible way. And we want more and more people to start embracing their natural hair, right? Because still a lot of people go for, straightening their hair and everything. Because a lot of Indians, if you see, mostly have textured hair. Very few people have really straight hair.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of spread the word now. Another I think misconception is what you really faced initially.
Yeah. My misconception used to be around this protein moisture balance because after reading so much about it, I started making my own assumptions that if I see that product is not working. See, back in the day when I was figuring out the routine, I used to try so many products because I was okay, this might work better and this cream might work better. And in that trying out phase, to seeing the results what other people are getting online, I also fell into the trap of, oh, why is this product not working for me?
Why am my hair not looking
Like not looking like that,
Yeah,
looking
you're
like the
comparing.
photographs or the videos, and that's actually not the right way to go about with it. And also understanding that one thing is not every product will have to work for you. Your hair itself is made up of protein, so it cannot be like protein is bad for your hair. It's pretty much about
You can't
balancing.
be sensitive.
Yeah,
to
you
protein.
cannot be. Yeah,
Doesn't.
so
not possible.
it's pretty much about balancing that moisture and protein. Obviously, in the entire routine, when you're using a shampoo, conditioner, let's say the shampoo has protein, the conditioner will have a protein moisture balance, and then you have your curl cream which has protein, but then your gel will not have protein. So this way you're balancing the entire range out, and your hair is sufficiently like everything has been covered very well.
Yeah.
And obviously there will be days of if you are coloring your hair a lot, then you tend to be using a lot more of a bond repair therapy or a, protein rich treatments. And the most important learning in the entire process is about having enough patience to go through with the process. Trust me, it's not going to be easy, especially when you're starting out with really damaged hair. It takes a lot of time for the result to show. So I always give an example of actually like, you're growing a plant.
Yeah.
That's how when you start the routine, that's exactly how you feel because you have a seed with you. You're giving it the right nutrition, using all of these products, understanding the routine, and you keep checking on it, like how you keep checking on your hair, whether it's curling the right way, whether you need a cut. You do all of these changes and it keeps growing, becomes a plant. And then finally, when you've really cracked the whole thing is when you see that beautiful tree, which is again, the example of, your curls being so free and you feel so confident that you've really owned your natural hair. That's exactly the kind of feeling that we got when we started embracing our natural hair. And we hope that you guys also will feel the same once you start the journey.
So guys, a quick recap of the whole thing. We just wanted to explain what the Curly Girl method is. I hope it's very clear to all of you now. And all the steps involving the method.
Yeah.
It's cleanse, condition, style, air drying, diffusing, maintaining, protecting your hair overnight. It's pretty simple. It becomes a part of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we really hope that, the journey can be simplified by us. You all can reach out to us with any questions or comments. We are just here to help. And we just want to wish you all the best for this journey.
Yeah. And one more key point that I would really want to add is have the patience to really listen to your hair, go through with the process because it is a process of really loving yourself. That's the real outcome of the process because right now we are confident to even go out with a not so great hair. You know? So that's the way like how
and
we
also
look at it.
self-love for me. Right after I started embracing my natural hair, I got into skincare. I started taking care of my skin. In fact, after that, I started taking care of my,
Well-being.
food, well-being.
Yeah.
Overall, I started working out, started eating healthy. So it's so wholesome, right?
Yeah, so wholesome.
Yeah.
So all this is well and good, but we will cover all of these topics in depth in the next couple of episodes. And for that, you'll have to stay tuned.
So guys, if you liked our episode today, please like it, follow, subscribe, check our Instagram also and drop us an email or comments. We would love to get your feedback. Thank you.